So as you can see, we've got the moon on the right hand side there. It's pretty much waxing now, there's not much left of it. The sun's getting pretty close and it's getting harder to actually get video footage of the moon due to lens flaring and stuff from the sunlight. So I've got to manage to put the camera in shadow and still be able to do the experiment with the ball. So I've got the moon there, sort of middle right hand side, and looking at that moon you should be able to guess which direction the sun would be in. Same old story, it's going to be that way. So we'll put the ball up against it, and as you can see, the reflection or the casting of the sun's light on the ball is still, once again, very similar to the moon. So the moon is 100% spherical, and the phases of the moon are 100% caused by the reflection of the sun's light off of the moon. Every time I do this experiment, it just confirms it and solidifies it more and more. I've done it now at various phases of the moon, and every time it works. So there you go. So a plane flew in front of the camera while I was looking at the moon setting up. I thought I'd throw it in for interest's sake. And here we have the International Space Station. This is just recorded on my phone. So next we're going to have a look at the claims of certain individuals, particularly Mr ThriveAndSurvive and Jeranism, that NASA's images of the Earth are completely fake and they're all completely CGI and whatnot. And the main thing I'm going to attack in this video is the size of the continents, or the variation in the size of the continents and their variation in proportion. And what I'm going to show is it's got to do with the distance that the camera is from the Earth that takes the image. So have a look at this ball in front of you and the size of the smiley face that's on it. Now have a look at this ball and the smiley face that's on it. You'll notice that this ball, the smiley face looks larger, and on this ball the smiley face looks smaller. But in fact they are one and the same ball. So what is actually going on? Well, this particular image was taken at about 2 feet away from the ball. And this particular image was taken at about 3 inches away from the ball. Of course, when I took this image, I zoomed in the shot, and when I took this one, I was completely zoomed out. So if we take a look at a couple of NASA's images that they provide, and this one, North America, looks huge. And you could assume that the camera may have been quite close in comparison to this image here. Where North America looks a little smaller, the camera may have been back further and gave a more true representation of the proportions between North America and the rest of the Earth. You see, when satellites are quite close, you can't actually take a single image. And most of the satellites that are out there are taking images and actually looking at greater detail than just taking an overall image would provide. So most of the satellites that take images are in close, and they only take a portion of the Earth at a time in their photos. So then somebody's got to put all this stuff together, make the proportions work, and actually create something that is representative of what the Earth actually looks like. And then when they've completed their work and created a composite that represents the Earth from all of those images, they get some smart aleck flat earther who thinks they fucking know everything, calling out their work and saying that it's all CGI and that it's fake and that the Earth's really flat and all this other bullshit. So let's take Mr. Thrive and Survive for example. He's claimed that there are cloud masses that are identical to one another on some of the images. Well, here's the thing. If he'd thought about it a little bit and he could have realised what was actually going on. No, it wasn't a lazy person doing the CGI work and copying and pasting. It was actually that cloud mass had moved in the same direction as the next pass of the satellite. And as the satellite came around to do its next pass, the cloud had actually moved in that direction. And the cloud mass hadn't changed that much. So obviously it kind of looks like it may have been copied and pasted, but it wasn't. And that explains that completely. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it informative. I'll leave you with the smiley faces. Have a great day. I'll catch you later. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye.